Good morning. So it is Wednesday, April the 15th, and we're going to do just part of section 5. Originally, before all this started, we were supposed to have Friday off of class, so I was going to get a women's retreat, but that's not happening. So I'm just going to split 4.5 up into 2 days so we can maybe take it a little bit slower and you can understand it, because it is one of the harder lessons. So section 5 is covering exponential and logarithmic equations. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to solve exponentials and solve logs. And so there's multiple ways that you can do this depending on what form that you're given. So today we want to just focus on solving exponentials, and then Friday we will solve logs. So today, the thing is, because they're inverses, they use each other to solve each other. So it may sound, so it's based on what you're given first. So first of all, I just want to review our 3 properties that we were given on Monday. So our first one was our multiplication property to expand or condense, division property to expand or condense. And these two we won't use until Friday. Okay, those will be used on Friday. But what we will use today is this one right down here. This was our power principle, remember, and what it says is if we have a log, we can take the power and bring it down front, and we will use that today. Now, remember, these also work for natural log, okay, and we covered that in Monday's lesson. So if it's log or natural log, it does not matter. Okay, so today what we want to do is introduce 2 more ways to solve exponentials. So the first way, right here, the first way, it says b to the x is equal to b to the y. So remember, exponentials have a base and an exponent. If you can rewrite what you're given with the same base, then to solve this, you can drop the bases and you can set the exponents equal to each other and solve. So if you can rewrite them with both the same base of 5 to something is equal to 5 to something, you can drop your bases. If you cannot do that, okay, if you cannot do that, then the other way that you can do it, there's actually 2 other ways depending on what form you're given. The way that will work every time is the second one right here. If you have an exponential, you can take the log of both sides and solve, okay, if you have an exponential. Now, another way that you may be able to use is converting from an exponential to a log, but that's only if you're given a b and an x. Okay, if you're given a b and an x and you're just trying to solve for y, then you can change it to a logarithm and solve. So we're just going to focus on these 2 right here today, and then we'll pick up on the bottom one on Friday. Okay. So as I look at this problem, so first of all, the question I want to ask myself anytime I'm solving an exponential, so my problem is 3 to the x minus 2 is equal to 81. So the question is can I rewrite the sum, or can I rewrite with the same base? Can I rewrite the same base? And if yes, then you want to rewrite them with the same base and then drop your bases and then set the exponents equal to each other. And that's what we've done on the left. Okay, if you look at the left, I can rewrite 81 as 3 to the 4th power. I can then drop my bases and set the exponents equal to each other and solve. So yes, if you can rewrite things with the same base, that's definitely the way you want to go. Now, what if you don't see that? Or what if you can't? Okay, I wanted to show you the or to this. And the or to this is taking the log of both sides. So hopefully you can see the colors, because I tried to color code things for you. So the first thing we want to do is take the log of both sides, and I did that in the turquoise. And then we want to use our power property to bring down any exponents that we have. So on the left, I'm able to bring x minus 2 out. Okay, and then in this one, I can divide by log of 3. And remember, log of 3 is just a number. Just a number. So you're going to evaluate it at the end, but it's just a number. So divide both sides by log of 3. So I get x minus 2 is equal to the log of 81 divided by the log of 3. And then add 2 to both sides. And then when you put this in your calculator, you have log of 81. Make sure you close your parentheses if it opens it, divided by log of 3, and then plus 2. So you should get 6 again. Okay. But again, this is the one on the right works every time. Taking the log of both sides works every time. Your one on the left only works if you can rewrite it as the same base. Rewrite it as the same base. Okay, so let's look at another one. So this one we cannot rewrite as the same base. Okay, so because I have a 3 and a 2, there's no way to do that. And so what I want to do is I want to take the log of both sides. Excuse me, I'm parched this morning. Take the log of both sides. Okay, then I want to bring down my powers. So I want to bring the x down and then the 3 minus x. Now, because we have x's going on both sides, this is a case where we're going to have to distribute our log. Okay, so on the right-hand side, you want to distribute log 2. And remember, log 2 is just going to be a number. So distribute log 2, and I always put it in front, the number in front, just so I don't lose it. Now, we want to get our x's on one side to be able to solve. So I add x log 2 to both sides. Now, I can't just put this together and make it 2x log 5. Okay, I have to just add it together. So x is on one side, everything else on the other side. Now, I want to get this down to just a single x. So this is where I'm going to have to factor out an x, because they both have an x, so factor out an x. So I'm left with x times log 3 plus log 2. And then I can divide off log 3 plus log 2. Okay, divide by both sides. So I get x equals. And then when you put this into your calculator, make sure that you put the bottom, because there's two things going on in the bottom, make sure that you put the bottom all in parentheses. Okay, if you're getting an answer other than 1.16, then you're not inputting it into your calculator correctly. So please make sure that you're practicing that to input it in correctly. And again, if you are struggling with your calculator, please reach out, because I can I can Zoom with you and we can go over how to use your calculator. Okay, so this one is the same idea. Okay, same idea here. So first of all, I want to take the log of both sides. Then I want to bring my powers down, and this time I have to bring powers down on both sides. And then I want to distribute, so 2x log 3 minus log 3 is equal to x log 5 plus 2 log 5. So again, I'm just distributed in your log. And then you want to get everything with an x on one side, so moved my x log 5 to the other side, and then anything without an x to the right hand side. So added 3 log to the other side, or log 3. Factor out an x on the left, here, and then divide. Now, with this one, you've got to make sure, because you have two things being added or subtracted on the top and two things being added or subtracted on the bottom, the top has to be in parentheses and the bottom has to be in parentheses. So, again, if you're not getting 7.35, then it's going to be your calculator error. Okay, learning how to input them into your calculator. Okay, so that is solving exponentials. So we will pick up here on Friday to solve logs. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out. We only have 3 more days of instruction. Okay, our last notes will be next Friday. So we are getting so close. So if you do have questions, please reach out. Have a great day.